I don't remember.
Yes, you do. You reminded me the other day.
Oh yeah, wasn't it like your 10-year anniversary?
Yes, it was.
Yay, Narcy! Woo!
Finally.
Oh, I put your little.
Oh.
Got a seat right in front.
Oh.
Special.
All right. Well, Caleb, it's time. Thanks everyone for being here for Caleb Dingle's GBE, Graduation by Exhibition. This is something that we at Venture Academy do. It kind of is like a senior project, and we decided to do this by choice because Venture Academy just offers so much of a holistic and wonderful atmosphere and community, and it's a chance for Caleb to share his journey with us in a presentation form. And so he's going to, in his presentation, share with us how he has embraced the school expected school-wide learning results, our ESLERs as we call them. How he has played passionately, embraced challenge, thought critically, lived responsibly, learned infinitely, and imagined the possibilities. And how we've seen that both through his life here at Venture and outside of Venture. And so, Caleb, I'm gonna hand this over to you so you can present. And so thank you everyone for being here.
Good job, Josh.
Oh. All right. So on my panel, I have Mr. Bates as my GBE advisor, Adnar as my student rep, Eric Urbina as my community rep, and Ms. Chelsea as my chairperson. So I'm back here at Venture after 3 years as a high school student, and my time here was very life-changing, and it just made me think so much about like what I've gone through, and it's really interesting. And so right here on my first page, got a picture of me with my cello. His name is David. And my Lancer pennant, which is where I plan to go at CBU in Riverside. And right there are my two loving parents, who are also sitting right there. So before I came here to Venture as a Delta Vista student, I went to Great Valley and Western Ranch from kindergarten to third grade, Ventureland out here for fourth grade, and River Islands Technology Academy from 5th to 8th, where I discovered my passion for music, which plays a very big part in my high school career. Freshman year was an interesting year. I remember like the first 3 months when I started, I had a broken hand. Man, what a way to start high school. And in that time, I was like, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna take notes? I have my right hand broken, my dominant hand, and I can only hold a pencil like this. But I learned new ways to use it, to utilize that cast. And it got me into the medical field. So when I started in HOSA, or when I started my freshman year, I started as a HOSA student as my 7th period. And it was actually a lot of fun. I enjoyed it for that entire first year where I got to learn a whole bunch of stuff, especially vital signs taught by Mr. Hiddle. And I really appreciate you for that. And it also sent me through medical terminology. So if you look up at that picture in the top, I just woke up that day after a restless day of just doing term assignments, like back to back. Stayed up till 3, fell asleep, woke up at 6, and then I went to school. And freshman year doing med term was actually really tough. Like, I didn't finish the class, but I did as many assignments as I can, and it just made me think that if I do plan to be a medical student, then this is the path that I'm gonna start taking. And also at the same time, I started to teach at the dojo, and it was a lot of fun to do that because it made me realize like how much these students mean to me, to put myself in all my teachers' shoes, that I can lead them in a way that I've been taught before. So going on to my sophomore year, I continued in HOSA, and I decided to become an officer in our chapter. So my position when I was in HOSA was I was one vice president out of 5, and with that many vice presidents, it allowed us to divide up our work perfectly to where the year was pretty clean, and all the activities that we did, all the fundraisers that we did, it was just in a way where we can make everything flow smoothly. And that's when I started with Eric as a cello student under him. And it allowed me to work more in orchestra and join the summer youth camp at UOP, which when I was there, it was a lot of fun because just getting to learn a lot about music theory and a lot of like new things when playing just made the experience much better for me when I'm pretty much up here on not a panel, but just up here just being able to speak or perform. Yeah. Junior year was an interesting year where I was there for the first half and really got into HOSA. That year I was not an officer, but a student learning much more than what I've learned before. And junior year I was also able to participate in the SJCOE events as a HOSA student, taking vital signs when they were doing their run, which when doing it on a bunch of people, like back to back, it was just really hard. And like thinking about it, it's really something that I enjoyed, and something that if I do plan to pursue it in the future, I will. And over there are my friends, Raphael, Quentin, Marcos, and Evan. Those guys, they helped me through my junior year, no matter what happened, and I really appreciate like what they did for me. And yeah, down there, my cello section, not my cello section, it's Eric's cello section as section leader. But you got to play with us that concert, and getting to play like right next to my teacher, it was just a big honor and something that I enjoyed doing, which made me want to push myself more into the music scene. And down there is a picture of me at the dojo when I was still a student, still a teacher, but I just wanted to get more diverse into the martial arts that I was taking. During junior year, COVID-19 happened. It made a lot of students stay home, and it made me appreciate what I had at home, especially with my family and the things that were going on, especially with my grandma. During COVID-19, I was able to get my license, and it put an end to my time in the Central Valley Youth Symphony, or as we should call it now, the Pacific Youth Symphony, PYS. Senior year started off weird with distance learning. I did not really enjoy it that much, but I'm just glad that I got to have classes and not just stay at like a full homeschool time. And it also put an end to me working at the dojo. So after that, I found out that I got accepted to my dream college, California Baptist University. Cal Baptist is a place that I've heard of for many years since I was like in seventh grade. And I just thought, man, it's a cool Christian college. And I found out that it's here in California. I just have to go down. During the time of distance learning, I was also able to write and finish an album with my band, which being in the studio was a very different thing that I've never experienced before. And it made me appreciate the kind of music and the kind of dedication that every single member has in the band. And it's just like school, just having the dedication and the heart to be going and just striving to grow in that process. Hopefully I don't cry. No promises, but that's my grandma. She passed away in March, and she's one of the reasons why I came back here to finish much stronger than what I was going through. When I was at home during distance learning, after every single class period, I would go downstairs, make sure to check on her, and I'd tell her that I love her. She's my inspiration, and I just wanted to see her at least once before I walk across the stage and graduate. But finding out that I can't do that now makes it really hard. So right now, I'm just doing the best that I can for her and for my parents. So yeah, taking care of my grandma really took a big toll on our family and me, especially on my grades. I let my grades slip, and it just took me through a really deep hole that I thought I couldn't get out of. But with the help of my teachers, I came back to school, came back on campus, and with their help, I was able to get my grades up to where I want them to be in order for me to be successful on my way to college. So yeah, I learned a lot of new things, especially when coming back, and it wasn't that easy, but it just made it more emotional for me to keep going, to be where I want to be right now. Yeah. What the future holds. Well, as I said, I got accepted to my dream college, Cal Baptist University, and I will be taking up worship arts and ministry and leadership at the Shelby and Fern Collinsworth School of Music. Yeah. Thank you.
So now the panel will give you some feedback, and I'll start. Caleb, I know I haven't known you very well. I got to know you a little bit during dual enrollment, and something that I noticed, and we were on distance learning, so I didn't really ever get to interact with him in person, but something that I noticed right away with you is that you're such a respectful and kind young man. Especially when we're communicating through Jupiter, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get a lot of kids just messaging me, "What's this?" or "Send me this," and he was always, "Hello, how are you?" So polite and respectful, and I just was like, wow, it's very impressive because I don't get to see that often, and I always felt very appreciated by you, which is always a good feeling. It's something that I don't get a lot of when I'm interacting with teenagers. So you're a respectful, Adnar. Don't worry. Not you. But so I noticed that right off the bat, and I just really appreciated that about you. Then I got to meet you when we came back, and I realized what a talented musician you are. He came and performed for us for graduation performance, and we were blown away. He came in with this huge cello, and you were like, "We've never had anybody who could play cello. This is going to be amazing." And then I found out that you played other instruments, and you just decided to do it. You weren't like forced by your parents or anything. You were just like, "I want to do this," and you learned later on, right? It wasn't something you learned like when you were really little. You were older. So we were just all so impressed by you. I had no clue what you went through this year. I had no clue. But it makes me feel really happy for you that you did get to spend that time with her. It's always, I don't know what the situation was. I don't know if your grandmother had like a diagnosis or something, or if you knew she wasn't doing well, which is such a hard thing, but it gives us an opportunity to soak up those moments and to tell the people that we love them. Because it doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes we don't get those opportunities, and so I'm just really happy you got to go downstairs every day and tell her that you loved her. I'm very impressed with you. You're an all-around amazing person, and I have no doubts that you're gonna accomplish everything you put your mind to. You're smart, you're friendly, you're kind. You're gonna have a great life, and you have a wonderful family that's gonna be there with you every step of the way. So congratulations, you did a wonderful job.
Who are you looking at me for? Man, Caleb, it's very interesting to see me being in this room, because I know we had that whole period that we just didn't know each other existed in the separate academies. The first time I went over to Delta, and and you just came up to me and I was like, what? When did you get here?
Yeah.
But I was really delighted to see you. Every time that I make my way to Delta, I'm like, I wonder where Caleb is sometimes. Sometimes I just wonder on the top of my head, I'm like, dang, where is he? I want to see him again. And, because you made such a lasting impact. One of my major memories of being as a kid, just was hanging out with you, going camping, and diving into a lake, and just for no apparent reason, and with a life jacket on. Thankfully, I was able to drown. But it's so surreal that we were there, and now we're here, and both of us graduating, and it's just yep. Not crying. I'm not. Totally. But I'm really proud of where you've gone and what you've been doing. Man, it was so weird to just whoa, he's lifting super big weights. I can't even do half of that. And I'm just where did that come from? This guy's strong. Yeah. But you've always been like that. You've always been strong in other ways and in strength. I was really saddened to hear that Grandma passed away. I was, it definitely put me into an emotional curve for a while. But what I'm glad to see is that you are making your way through that and doing your best for her, and that's the best that any one of us can do. I'm just really glad you're so that's it. Give me the other arm. Give me the other arm.
I'm just really proud and excited to be your teacher of record, your advisor, Caleb. I can't believe it's been 4 years. I can't believe freshman year. I swear it was just yesterday, having you as a freshman in my math class. But, and then of course you then accelerated to other things, and now you're back for me with geometry because you had to do it before you graduated. So I'm actually really excited it worked out that way for me. But I've always been I've just enjoyed our time together, the whole ride. You are so filled with life and joy and just a calm positivity. I don't even know how to describe it perfectly well, but you're just always warm to be around. And your friends, I'm sure, feel the same way, right? And it's probably been for most of them for the whole time, right? And I really appreciate that you've been super active here at Venture, and you've shared your passions, your loves with those around you. So thank you for all of the things you did for HOSA, all your leadership, the food you brought with you. I mean, you've done everything. I mean, I love serving coastal cleanup with you. I mean, and I just think what I've seen in you here at Venture is going to really lead to you doing what you want to do. And you not only have the background, but you have the personality and the drive and the to just be a successful minister. And so I really am excited to see you do that. You may cause me to have to leave my church for a little bit, you know, at least a time or two. But yeah, just you know, and I'm really just happy to see how you come through this dark time, this tough time. And I know it's not over, right? I mean, you're gonna still deal with and need hugs and need family, but you not only have people around you that are gonna be there for you, but you know where to go. And so continue to do that when you need it. Continue to make sure you always have someone around you that you can talk to that will really support you, because I know you would do that for anyone else. So thanks, Caleb, and I'm so proud of you. And I cannot wait to see how things go.
Caleb, this is fun. And that word really surrounds our relationship when you started taking lessons with me a couple of years ago. What I've seen in you is exactly what music has done for me. And music has certainly given me a second chance in life to focus in school, because without it, I probably wouldn't be here, I probably wouldn't be your teacher. And I've seen how music has saved you, and it has given you strength in so many aspects. Not only being on stage with your rock band or being on stage with the youth symphony, but seeing you really skyrocket in the gym. It's very impressive. Now, yes, I'm injured right now. You can outlift, some things, but I'm coming back. Don't worry. But you're a perfect example of why music is needed. And I'm very glad that you decided to work with me, because you're adding to my dream, believe it or not. What I'm sitting here is exactly what I'm trying to do with so many of my clients, watching how music helps you prosper in every single thing you do. It doesn't have to be music. And learning your battles that you're dealing with these last couple of months, as practically all of us in here has had, we're coming out of a nightmare of some sort. You have an outlet that most people don't have, and you're utilizing it. And what I am enjoying is this last part here. We're looking at the future. You're going to contribute to that, providing a tool to the next generation to give themselves something to apply themselves, so that they don't fall into depression, as we've seen. I'm pretty sure you've had friends here. I'm pretty sure everyone here has had friends here that have, fallen into depression like no other. And music has certainly kept me away from that. Music has kept you strong through this whole thing. And it is very thrilling to see that you're going to contribute to that, helping others using a gift that you have, that you build. So go home and practice.
Thank you.
Anyone else can give him feedback?
Sure. Hey, Caleb, and just obviously, a lot of people see all your strengths. I mean, you are a dynamic young man, super appreciative and fun. Right? Your whole class that year was just amazing. So I appreciate all you guys that were with me that 7th or 6th period. I guess if I can just sum it up, and we wish we can clone you. It's just, we're gonna miss you, buddy. And I know you're gonna make Lola proud. All right, so. I know that was tough times, but you're doing great things, man, and I really appreciate you. I wish you the best. Whatever you choose to do, I don't see anything but success. You have absolutely wonderful parents. Right? They've been with you since day one. I've seen them, and they're driven to make sure that you get what you work for. You got it? So amazing. I love it.
Caleb, when I moved from Escalon here, I was scared because I didn't know anyone here. It was my 2nd year. It was sophomore year that we met, and I knew little to nothing other than my older cousin that was here, but in a different academy. It was really hard for me to leave the people I had grown up with since I was 5. And you, Andrea, Mia, Gadi, and Amelia, all of you together really helped me, especially when it was really rough. And I remember one of the first things you and I bonded over was music. And help as well. And I was really, really grateful when I first met you, because you were one of the first people I met that didn't have expectations and didn't want me to be different. You were fine. You were happy with me being me. And I was really, really happy that you were one of my first friends here. And I know that we both have gone through dark times. And we've gone through a lot. But I'm really, really happy that we're both going to be able to pull through and come back way stronger than before. I love you so much.
Oh, just kidding. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we met freshman year, and the cool thing about is I met someone who was opposite of me. So I'm quiet, he's loud. He likes to wear long sleeves and long pants during the summer. I like to wear shorts and a t-shirt. And it's really cool to meet someone who's opposite, because then you learn many things, many other things than. And it was nice hanging out with you through high school, and I wish you the best when you go to CBU, because you're probably gonna meet another person like me and get them out of their comfort zone like you did me. And it's nice that you got me out of my shell, because if I didn't come out of my shell, I wouldn't be able to do many things that, like join HOSA or meet new people. And it's a good friendship that we have. Make you cry.
Anyone else?
Anyone want to share? Parents?
Miss Adams.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but I just wanted to ditto. I have to ditto everything that everyone has said. I had you for chemistry, so I was considered evil. But you made, cause it was thrown on me. I was planning on teaching math, not chemistry. But everything I asked you to do, you did. And you did it with enthusiasm. And I wasn't getting a lot of that. And you were one of the students that made me want to come to work, because we teach what we love. And I love chemistry, but I love math more. So I wasn't loving it, but you made me love it more coming to class. So I thank you for that.
They're looking at you, me.
I must say, it surprised me to what I've learned today about my son. Like he said, it's been a tough 2020, 2001, 2021. But at the same time, he was a big help on taking care of my mom. She was a dementia patient, a diabetic patient, high blood pressure patient, all those things that comes with that avenue. And from time to time, he would tell us, "Go get some break. You and mom go out. I'll take care of grandma." You could never get that from a young man. For what I've seen is that a young man like that would just want their own time, not to be bothered, uh, not to be asked to do something uh, outside in their comfort zone. But he was always willing to help. I remember when he was still a little boy, and me and my wife were doing a catering, and we were setting up. And as little as he was, he said, "Dad, I want to help. Can I help? What do you want me to do?" And we were so busy. And it's just that person he is, that he loves to help. One thing that stands the most is that how we raised him. Well, how we always tell him that, you know, uh, be be in your best behavior. And I think that really sticks in his mind. And I always tell him to also that, you know, this world that we live in, it's full of evil. But, you know, focus your thoughts, focus your heart to God. Well, when we asked him from God to give us I specifically told God, I said, "Give us a son." So it's not a deal, but it's the commitment is that when you give this wonderful gift, that he would first fear you, love you, and serve you, and all those things are just in line. He's serving through church right now. He's been through a few missions, and it's always been great. Um, and this CBU thing is like, he said, "I'm being called to go to this school, to go to this school," and of course, to a parent's nightmare, it's always about the money. And it clicked in my mind that, you know, you are serving a good God, a big God. So if you're someone to go to CBU, don't worry. If it's His will, it is Bill. And we're just trusting Him. We're just trusting God to provide for him. And the university really did do a lot, and we're so grateful for that. And like everyone said, "Son, you will do great things. The sky is the limit. Follow God, and you could never go wrong. We love you."
Ditto. No, I just want to say that good presentation. He's been like, working on it at home, and I know he's been working longer hours here at school too, trying to finish it and finalize everything. And we're so proud of you. Don't cry. Aside from being a good son, he's really very humble. And I am the kind of mom who would post everything in social media about him. Every single thing he does, I post it on social media and tell everybody how proud I am of him. And I guess, and I can back it up. If I say my son is like this, I can back it up. My son is like that. That's how proud I am of him. And, like, I know that, somehow I know what your heart's desire is. And I know that, we've been telling you that since we promised God the moment that we conceived you, we told God and we promised him, we're going to give him back to you. This is it. For us, it's like, it's hard to let him go, but this is us showing God that we can also keep our promise. So this is your son, and we're giving him back to you. He has this heart to really serve God. And, when he said, Mom, I want to go to CBU, I think it's not a career I'm pursuing. I'm pursuing my purpose. And this is God's purpose for me. And we were blown away. It was like, who can say no to that? We've raised him loving God. We've raised him, serving God. And this is it. And he's very excited. He's more excited to go to CBU than walk on stage for graduation. But we told him, like, during the past month, it's like, you have to walk on stage and do everything you can to walk on stage before hitting CBU. And he did all that. We appreciate all the Delta Vista teachers for helping him. And I was keeping everybody on check, make sure he's doing his work. I know he needs to get motivated. He needs to go back. And he did. And we're so proud of you, CJ. We are more than blessed to have you as a son. And to us, you are God's precious and most precious and most important treasure that God has given us. And so now you're on your new journey. We want you to know you're not on your own. You'll never be on your own. You'll never be by yourself. We're here behind you. But always remember that God is always with you. So, God bless you, son. Good job.
Hey, it's your moment. Are you all done? Thank you. Okay.
We hear that a lot every day.
Ready? Caleb Dingle has successfully demonstrated and exhibited mastery in the 6 areas of Venture Academy Family of Schools, graduation by exhibition celebration, and will earn a high school diploma next week.
You have something for us to do?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, before we go, I have a song.
Oh. Bonus track.
Yay. I've already cried twice, I don't need more.
Another epic chest bench.
So this song means a lot to me. It talks about how God's goodness gets us through a lot of tough times, and this song just really means a lot. So I wanted to share it with all of you. I love you, Lord, for your mercy never fails me. And all my days I've been held in your hands. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, I will sing of the goodness of God. And all my life you have been faithful. life you have been so, so good. In every breath that I am able, I will sing of the goodness of God. I love your voice. You have led me through the fire, in darkest nights. You are close like no other. I've known you as a father. I've known you as a friend. I will claim the goodness of God. And all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am able, and I will live in the goodness of God. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. With my life laid down, I surrender now. I give you everything. Your goodness is running after, it's running after me. And all my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so, so good. With every breath that I am made, I will sing the goodness of God. I have lived the goodness of God. And just as a treat, my parents got food.
You know what? No way.
Yep. All right. Good job, CJ.
Thank you.